We were here, right? Hope you're able to see my screen. All right. So we were completed, joints. I think there are a few more joints left, right? People used to ask in interview, inner difference between inner join and outer join. So yeah, correct. So one thing we missed here, and here we already covered up cross join, right? And one more thing, outer join, I guess. There's a concept called outer join, like this interview question. So frequently they ask actually, why didn't you take that as assignment? Since you know all the things, right? It is just that you need to understand inner join. See inner join, right? What it does? It is opposite of inner join. You got it? Inner join get you the matched records. Outer join get you the unmatched records. Simple as that. Got it? Auto join gets you the unmatched records. Guys, can you do this as assignment? It's easy, right? Uh, it is straightforward, guys. So in the intersection area, except the intersection area, it would get you the unmatched records of let's say left table and unmatched records of right table. Just that. Okay. And it for sure this interview question. Okay. So this is one thing. And let me also cover up. There might be a scenario where scenario based one. So think about a table, let's say not about table. For example, if there is an employee table and they will ask you to, this is one of the again frequently asked question, um, say get the get the highest salary. Let's say, for example, use case, get the highest salaried employee from a company. You got it? So, so for this, what we do is we used to have a window functions. Um, window functions, or let's say for example there is something called max function. Okay, so max, there's a function to be used actually to get it. Let me write a small table. Think, do we have any table? Maybe, yeah, with the record. One second. So here student information table is there. Okay, so for example, think about this. We already had a student table, right? Let me view this as well with the table data. And I want to have a, so for example, quantity, right? For example, let's say, what is quantity here? Just like that, some random column we added, right? Uh, so think about, let me make this as, let me, uh, okay, let us change. I think, is there option to change? One second. Here, uh, properties, go here, change it to, let's say, mocks, for example. If I save it, this way, will it get changed? I think yes. So I just changed it, guys. I just changed the column name. Got it? Uh, oh, and if I make one more query, then we're good. Got it. Yeah. So the catch is now. So get the highest. For example, think about these are the students, right? And these are the mocks. If you look at this, who is the highest marks scored? Actually, Goldsmith, right? He got 76 marks. Let's say out of 100. And who's the person having second highest? In interview they used to focus on this only. What is second highest? 15 marks. Third highest? 11 marks. You got it? So in interview they'll ask a question like this: hey, can you write a query for getting the maximum let's say get the maximum marks of a person. What is the maximum mark, what is the maximum marks from this table, for example, right? So how we can get it? It's very simple. So you can write a you can directly, there is a, for example, how we can write this. What is the table name? I think I can write down here. Query to, got it. So select the window function name is max. Okay. And max of what is it? Marks, right? I should pass marks. Got it. Select max of marks from which table? From student table. That's it. You're done. If you execute it, this will print you. So did you see this? What is the maximum? 76. You already got it, right? See? And so this is what is the value? See here, what is the maximum? What is this value? The value is 76 actually. The result of this is 76. You got it? And so the question will the one second. Let me copy the query for you. Yeah, this is a hint. Hint uh, max of here mocks column name. Got it? Now, so this is fine. And if they ask you, hey, can you tell me the second maximum highest, second max, the same question only, get the second highest salary or second highest marks. I think we can instead of say the second highest marks of a student. When you refer this, it will be neat, right? Right. Get the second highest marks by marks of a student. You got it. So now how you can get a second highest? So it is simple that now that you understood how to get the first highest, right? Now we need to understand how to write a subqueries. Okay. So if I use max, always I used to get 76, right? Now I need to get a second max. Understood? So in order to do this, we need to do it. This is a main query. Okay. So we should put where condition. Select max marks from student information table. Where, what is it? What is the name of it? Marks, right? So marks, where marks less than, you have to put the same query. So this is already 76. No, did you see this? So this, what is this result? The You should keep like this. Should keep. Guys, did you get it? So what we are doing? So this is the currently this is the main query. Okay, this is the main query. But what is the condition? Where marks less than the maximum marks. So this would get you the 76 already. Okay. So below 76, what is the maximum? You got it? What is second? That would get you the second max. Got it? So when I go back here, the same query. So the result of is this one is 76 already. So like this. So below 76, what is the maximum marks? Right? It will look for below 76 actually. I just changed it for your understanding purpose, but it should be like this. Got it? And when you do this, okay, this interview question, guys. Got it? Now that you got the second highest, right? Second highest is what? 15. This is a damn sure interview question, guys. Yeah. And if they ask you to write one more, how you can do it? You have to make one more inner query. Hmm. No, come again. You're saying something, Priyanka? Yes, yes. And use the same only, same only. And if you want to get a third highest, same query only. Again, select max of mocks, right? From public dot student info, student underscore info, right? And where mocks less than. So this all under like the second the highest, right? You have to keep everything here down. You're done. Guys, clear, huh? Think we made something wrong here. I think until here one query I failed. Once again, where mocks. Yes, this starts here. Perfect. And yeah, insert here. Hmm. Let's try. If something goes bad, I'll fine. Yeah, from, right? I missed from. Typo there. Where to close one more? I think yes. Hmm. Let's try this. This is an intelligent question, guys. Yeah, correct. So now did you understood? See, if you know one thing, how to get you the maximum one, right? Same query will be used as a subquery. And if you know get you the second highest, this query will be used as a subquery into the other one for getting the third maximum. Got it? Yeah. No, any questions in this? You're fine, right? So actually, in general, what happens? The subquery executes first. Okay. So all subqueries execute first, then only it will come to the main. So for example, in this case, there is nothing. So directly it executes and get you the maximum. And when it comes to the other cases where it executes the subquery, right? It executes the subquery and then get you the subquery results. And with that results, it check the condition and get you the results. Yeah, makes sense. Even in this case as well. So it executes the very inner subquery first. It get you the maximum number, and then it checks with the previous second maximum number. You got it? So this is the first maximum number, and it execute after the execution. It checks for the second condition. Get the second maximum number. Check the condition, and like um, with this condition, it will checks for the third maximum. So that's where we got, subqueries. Yeah. And this is interview question, guys. So most likely in real time, we might check. Uh, we don't check like this. We like if you want we can, but most likely we use limit only. We used to set order by, and uh, we will set a limit. And if you want to get the top three, for example, we put the limit three. Yeah. But this is also one of the interview question. They'll expect this actually. So they'll expect solution from us as a subquery. Got it? Yeah. And next one is no, any questions in this? You're good, is it? So second and even third. get the third highest marks. All right, got it. Mm, yeah. And next thing is we would need to understand a few things about primary key and unique constraint. No, unique key. These two are very, again, it's a very important things actually. So yesterday we started using primary and unique, but we need to understand more about it. Okay. So again, there is a question on, can you explain about primary and unique key? Okay. So primary key and unique key, yeah, unique. So actually, these two are when it comes to primary key, right? So primary key, like um, it uniquely, this also both are same only, but there is a small difference. Hey, once again, yeah, dash. Uh, Uniquely identified identifies the record. Uniquely identifies the record in a table. Okay, and this cannot be this. Let's say this cannot be null. So primary key cannot be null. Okay, even when it comes to unique constant or unique key. So basically, when it comes to um, unique key, uni- unique key also ensures the column uniqueness, uniqueness, uh, but it allow single null. You got it? So now there is a two differences, right? So primary key and unique key. So both are uniqueness only for making a particular column to unique only. But when it comes to primary key cannot be null. So for example, think about a scenario, right? So if you want to create a student ID, for example, so student ID must be provided. It cannot be null. You got it? Let's say when it comes to primary key, like that is a mandatory one. So for every student, student ID must be there, right? For example, student blood group. So the student blood group that can be, it cannot be unique, right? Because it can be any group. And when it comes to, yeah, student, let's say for example, phone number, right? So student phone number that is unique only, but it can be null. You got it? So that is a scenario. And anyway, let me write a few use cases so that you'll understand, right? So for example, let me create a student table. I think I can directly do it here, and then we will use it for, this is there, right? One second. Let me save it. Last time I saved somewhere here, this desktop, and then um, I'll I'll make it a SQL. Got it. Yeah, so that now I can easily remember. Yeah. Now, so let me write a small query to create a table. Let's say select, not select, right? I want to create a table. Create a table, and table name is it is for student again. Student. Let me write for employee, for example. Student table is already there. So create a employee table where employee ID should be there. EMP ID, for example. EMP underscore ID, that is employee ID, comma, and employee has first name and last name. Got it? And so when you create employee details, right? So here you must provide its data type as well, right? Employee ID. So it should be a integer and it is a primary key. It must be there. And when it comes to first name, which is varchar, and you can limit to, let's say for example 50 characters. So first name limit to 50 characters. And and one more thing guys, you can also teaser, you can write like this, no problem. Don't don't mess up in a single line, and some text will be hidden, right? So you cannot view properly. Yeah, worker, let's say last name worker 50 for example. So in this case what I have done, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a table, right? And let's say if I insert into table name employee, right? And whose values are mp underscore id. And if you see here, these two fields, right? So these two fields, like I just mentioned, varchar. But when I do this, let's say employee ID, comma first name, and it's not mandatory that you should fill every field. So here in this table, what is a mandatory field? A mandatory field is only employee ID, guys. You got it? Because it's a, primary key, right? So employee ID must be provided, and these two are optional. If user provides, no problem. Otherwise, also no problem. You got it? But think about a scenario where when you're signing up a Gmail account, for example, right? Certain fields are mandatory. Let's say providing your mobile number is mandatory, and choosing the username is mandatory, correct? So in certain cases, let's try this. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm trying to create a record. I'm just only using employee ID and values. For example, let's say employee the employee ID 1, comma second tuple employee ID 2, comma employee ID 3. Did you see this what I'm doing? So I'm just trying to insert only one record, sorry, three records, but I'm not inserting any other details other than employee ID. So three employee IDs I'm just inserting into the database, but employee names I didn't insert it. You got it? So when I do this, did you see this? Three records got inserted, and when I go and refresh this, did you see this employee table? And three records must be there. And let me do a select query. Select star from. Got it? So when I do this, did you see this? So three records got inserted. But what is the thing? For example, if I try inserting, so the catch here is I tried inserting the employee ID. That's fine. If I don't provide employee ID, for example, let's say uh, in this case, I'm trying to insert a few records, but this time without without primary key column, right? So or without primary key. For example, this time I don't want to. I want to update for first name, right? And so let's say first name is, for example, Makala, for example, right? Now, what did you notice? So I'm trying to insert a certain record into the database. And when it comes to the, this is null, correct? And what is the catch here? In primary key. So primary key uniquely identify the record in a table, and this cannot be null. Did you see this? But when it comes to this, if we don't provide first name, last name, what value it got set? It set as null, correct? But this time I'm trying to do the same action, but the primary key of this table is employee ID was not provided. Okay, if primary key is not provided, then it will set as a null, but primary key violates the, violates the rule here. You got it? So when I do this, it will say, hey, you are trying to insert something. Uh, oh, one second. What did should, this one? When I do this, did you see this? Failing row contains null. If you see null is primary key null. First name Kumar, null, right? Null value in column employee ID of relation employee violates not null constraint. Why? Because primary key cannot be null. Guys, did you understand why this error got raised? Yeah, yeah. So you should not insert like this. You must pass the primary key information. Raises error. Got it? And to correct this up, for example, you have to provide the primary key information, right? And you need to understand what are the primary, you should not, and one more thing. So primary key is unique, it is unique key, understood? And this particular field must be unique. You cannot use the existing ones. Duplicate key is not allowed. For example, let's say I'm providing a here the field name is empid, emp underscore id, right? Comma. And this time, what I'm doing is I'm trying to give the ID which exists in the table. Already, the employee three employees are there, and whose ID is 1 2 3, for example. And if I provide the same ID of one of the second employee, for example, and when I do this, again it should raise error, saying that, hey, see, key employee 2 already exists. Duplicate key value violates the unique constraint. You got it? Yeah. So how we can fix it? So you should not use the existing duplicated employee IDs. Understood? And in order to do this, you have to provide a new employee ID here, 4. You got it? And now when you do this time it ran successfully. And if you go and check the data, so you're able to see the data. New employee got added here. Guys, clear? Huh? Did you understood how it is working? You also need to do this kind of practice, guys, so that you'll understand how the primary key working, right? And primary key, it must have the data supplied while inserting or creating the record into the database. Yeah. So there's one thing. And you're fine with the primary key examples? Yeah. Okay. So I'll just keep it here for you for your reference. Next, unique constraint. So unique constraint also one of the important thing. So for example, if I go back here, now think about a table. Let me create one more table for your reference. Uh, Let me create a customer table, for example. So customer, let's say, for example, the customer table or person table, anything is fine. So create table. Let's say person. The table name is person. And so when it comes to person, right? So think about a person. Let's say person ID anyway unique, right? Person ID, PRS ID. Person ID is unique, and let's say ID is integer, for example, and primary key, right? Got it. And what is the next one? So person has email address, right? Email address, right? Each person's email address is unique only, no? Correct? Yes or no? Correct, right? Yeah. So we used to keep varchar, and when it comes to unique, see, if you see the pattern, uh, column name, followed by data type, and followed by the constraint. You got it? Yeah. So here same thing only. If you want to make it unique, you should type unique here last at last. Got it? And phone number, phone number again what? So phone number also varchar only. Why varchar? Because phone number it also contain +91, right? Yeah, that's fine. And varchar, this number should be unique, no? Got it? And and if you see this table, right? What did you notice? So here this table has person ID as primary key. It must be there, and email address, right? So email address, one two unique constants are there. That's the email address and the phone number here. And if we create this table, it creates with person ID, email address, and phone number. And you can try inserting data. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do the basic operation. Yes, it got created. And select star from, what is the table name? Person table. Got it. So it got created. If you see person ID is unique, and let's try to insert data. Insert into person. Insert into person. So what fields I want to insert? Let's say person ID, PRI's ID, comma, email, comma, and phone. You got it? And values, right? Values, what values we want to keep? For example, let's say one record, right? Person ID is 100. Got it? The 1001, for example. And whose email ID is, um, let's say n@apple.com, for example, right? And what is the last one? Phone number. So phone number is some, let's say, plus one, some number. You got it? Yeah. And when I go and do this, the record got inserted. And when I go and check it, did you see this? The person ID is 1001, and email address is this, and phone number is. And one more important thing, even if you change the person ID, for example, let's say person ID is 2, and you're trying to insert, let's say, and again the same email address. But what is the problem here? The problem is even the email address and the phone number are unique, correct? It cannot match with any other person, phone number or email address. No, did you understand what I'm trying to say? So here, email address and phone number is unique, which means that it will not allow any other duplicate entries of the phone numbers or email address. You got it? Let's say if I change phone number to something else, for example, this is fine. Okay. But what is the problem here? The problem here is n@apple.com, right? So when you do this, why? Because n@apple.com is already exist, and it will not allow any other duplicate entries of this email address. Did you understand? See, key email already exists. Duplicate key violates the unique constraint. Yeah. Guys, did you understood how it is working? Unique constraints? Yes. Perfect. Yeah. So it will not allow any duplicates. In one go, if it is unique, the particular value should be unique and it should not exist in any other row. And it will not allow any other duplicate entries of the unique values. You got it? So for example, if I change it, I think we already tried with an n, right? And if you change, let's say k, right, for example, and yeah, if it is k, then it's a, see, 1002, it's a new record, and k not available, yes, and this is a new record. So This would allow us to insert data into the DB. Yeah, you got it. And this is one more thing. And when you want to try something else, let's say, um, let me create one more because why I'm giving is multiple tables. We want to understand with very tiny things, and then we can go with a bigger one. Got it? So let's say I want to create one more table. Let's say employee table. Oh, employee. Okay. Let's say human table. Okay. So human table has human person ID, for example, email address, phone number. Got it? And also certain things cannot be. For example, let's say first name. So first name varchar. And see, when a person is inserting some data into the DB, so for example, first name, last name, right? At least he must provide one name, right? So first name must be there, correct? Without that, we don't even know who is that person, right? So in that case, if you want to make it mandatory one, hey, you are mandatory now. So what we can do is we can say not null. You got it? So last name varchar. Now, so what did you understand in this? So here again, we are trying to create a table where person ID is integer and which is primary key, right? It is a unique one and it cannot be null. Okay. And second and third, email address and phone number. These two are again unique, unique values, right? It should be unique, and it would not allow any duplicates, right? And if you look at the fourth one, first name, right? So first name, it is a varchar and not null, which means what? So when you create a record, so you must provide this, you must use or you must provide this in first name information. Otherwise, it will not. You got it? Otherwise, it will not insert. It will raise this error. And last name here varchar only, and it can be null also. It you got it? It is optional. Like whether you were providing or not providing, that should be fine. Yeah, makes sense. And when I create this table, now let's say insert into, right, human table. Now who can tell me what are the mandatory ones here I have to supply? No, first of all, person ID, right? So person ID should be there, correct? And uh, email, email should be there, correct? See, first only it allow only one null actually, okay? So email, phone number, first name, and last name. Now let us do one valid case and then let's remaining thing we will go we will try our one stance. Okay. So person ID, let's say 2000, and whose email address is, let's say, k@apple.com. We can use any domain, that's okay. Just some random name. Okay. And first name, uh, Kumar, and last name, Makala, for example, right? So when you do this, this is a good record, right? Is this a good case where what happened? Last name insert has more target columns than expression. Person ID, we had a person ID, we had a email, and we had phone, and we had a first name, right? And we had a last, one second, we had a last name, right? And here, one, two, three. Yeah, I missed. Yeah, that's what. So the target, it is complaining that, hey, you are providing more columns, but values are too short, right? Yeah, person ID, email address, and phone number missed, right? Got it. Yes. So the phone number again, where I can provide, um, let's say, +91. Got it. Yes. Now, when I do this, so this is a good case. I want to help you out with a bad case where I don't want to. Now I want to give new one, new person, new human ID or person ID, and email address. Let's say K1, for example. K1 differentiate between these two, right? Like these two are different. Like this unique ID actually. No, K1 is unique, right? Yeah. And I just added or removed. Let's say 37, right? This is also unique. And if you look at this, let's say first name is, I think until this, we whatever we discussed in the previous examples, we are covering this up, right? And when it comes to the first name, right? So I don't want to use the first name here, remove it, and remove the first name value too. You got it? But again, it's going to raise error, right? Why? Because the first name cannot be null. You got it? So here we were not supplying first name data, and we are supplying only last name data, right? When we do this, it will cry, hey, you are trying to insert some records, but first name is mandated now, so first name cannot be null. Okay, let me go and insert it. Did you see this? Failing row contains this. Here we are supplying this information, right? See, and it is taking and it is taking data. Yeah, it is, if you look at this, it is taking data, and you can also see this is the data you are trying to insert. But if you see other fields, it is taking as null only. Did you see this here? Though it is not your data, but in the background it added whatever the values which you are not supplied, which consider it's a null, and it is trying to insert this data into the first name column, but it is violating first name not null constraint. You got it? Yeah. So in order to fix this, so this is error as first name is not provide no, first name is not used as it is as it shouldn't be, as it shouldn't be null. Got it? So yeah, I think I can paste this error as well here. Got it? Yeah, this makes more sense now. That's clear, huh? So in order to fix this, how we can do it? Yeah, correct. So add first name here, add first name. Got it. So here, and if you don't provide last name, that should be fine. Let me remove that. For example, the first name is K Makala now, for example, or or just say John Doe. Got it. And do this insert. Yeah. And how what happened for last name? Since last name, right? Last name we are not mentioning in not null case, right? Because this can be null also. You got it? Yeah. What we'll do is let us mm-hmm, right. So even in interview they'll ask, hey, what are the constraints in SQL? Okay, so you can focus on primary key and unique constraints. Yeah, this is fine. Even say like not null. Yeah, there are many things. When it comes to the interview perspective, the preparation will be different, right? Yeah, we even we will pump up those scenario based things. But these are the primary things we should look into, and we should understand how to write a query and why it is failing, right? This is the basics. We had to have a knowledge on this. That's where we were running over. Yeah. Okay. And so let us move on the other ones. So for example, when you do this, what did you got it? See here? this field is what? Null. And one more thing, as we are also climbing, right? So the unique key can contain one null actually. You got it? So let's try that. It's not a fix. No, what I'm saying is unique key contain one null. Okay, so it can contain a single null. Let's try that. So for example, the person ID is 2002, and let's say John, for example. Oh, okay. I don't want to do it anything. One second. I don't want to. I just want to put only this. The primary thing is first name and person ID. That's it. Let's say Josmin, some random name. Okay. Yeah. So now what I'm trying to do some insertion. Did you see this? I have used only first name, the person ID and the first name, and email ID and phone number. I did not use. But as part of this unique constraint, unique key, right? What it talk about? So it can contain single null. You got it? So single null can contain. For example, if I try to put one more ID and say this person, even the person name is different. Let's say I want to make Diana, for example, and so here I'm only filling these two, person ID and first name, right? The person ID and the first name. And I'm making remaining all, let's say email address, phone number, and last name to null. But when I do this, it is inserting, right? When I do this, once again. Yeah. So I think see my thought process is it should not insert actually. So it should not insert. No, I think yeah. No, my bad. So when it comes to this, right? When it comes to primary key and unique constraint, right? Unique constraint it can contain null actually. That's what. One second, let me correct them up here. Where is unique constraint? Yeah, unique constraint also ensures the column uniqueness, but it allows not string. It allows a null value. Yeah, got it. But when it comes to like now, did you understand the difference actually? Difference between primary key and unique key. So primary key cannot be null, and unique key can be null. But both are meant for uniqueness only. But as mentioned, so primary key shouldn't be duplicated, and even email address and phone number this shouldn't be duplicated. You got it? So you cannot use a duplicate value, but you can like if there is nothing, it can contain null. Guys, got it, huh? So I think we can write it down. That's okay. I think otherwise no problem. Here I have already written. Unique key also ensures a column uniqueness, but it allows null value. Yeah, this is already there, right? So no problem. All right. So next one, what I want to try is I want to get you some more examples of the data types. Okay, currently we were tried with primary key, unique key, and all right. So let's go ahead and understand a couple of other ones here directly. Yeah, we have already used data types, and let's try to understand few more. Okay, so we know what is integer, right? So integer we have already used integer. We know how to use it, and we know varchar, right? We have used varchar already, and we haven't used a float, correct? For example, if the when we are working on the let's say numbers, for example, think about salary. Salary is in digits also, right? Like let's say digits also should be there. And if it is a big digits, let's say decimal point is more, then we use double. A double is extension of float, right? And no, even we have a char. We don't want to use it. So char and varchar both are fine. Now char is only meant for pixel and string actually. But when it comes to varchar, we don't want to go with char. That's fine because Even in the real time, we don't use care. We directly use varchar. And one more thing, guys. So when you want to store a big data, for example, let's say some big text, for example, some para you want to store. So such kind of things we use text actually. So text data type. Okay. And for dealing with the dates, we use date. And for time, we use directly time. Um, what else? Date, time, some scenarios, right? We need to use both date and timestamp both, right? That time we used to use date and date time. Date time is the one. And if you understand, I think we were good, right? So let's say some basic examples. If you want to store, for example, 1, 2, 3, this is fine. Whacker. So you can store some strings, right? Let's say for example, you can use any name, India, for example. And float, what kind of data? Let's say if you want to use some data, you can use float. Double is for big data actually. Let's say, sorry, big decimal number. If you want to store such kind of values, so we can go with the double. And text, let's say big paragraph. You can copy paste any big paragraph. Uh, for big paragraph, okay. Date, store the date format, but in the format of year, month, and date format. And time also, time should be like hours, minutes, and seconds. Hours, hours, colon, I guess. Yeah, hours, minutes, and seconds. It talk about, see, YY means like it's a 4 digit, no year and all. And minutes is two digits, right? Date also 2 digits, correct? And hours also, hours, minutes, and seconds, two digits. Got it? And when it comes to date time, it is combination of date and combination of time. Got it? Yeah. So these things are all anyway. We will write it in Pythonic ORM style. But we should also understand. When you're, for example, when you want to troubleshoot right with the database. So if you know this would be good for you actually. Understand? Yeah. So with this, what I'm going to do is let me create some table. I think which use case will be fitted for this when you want to run over all this. Mm, um, okay. I think we can use a above table itself, right? So once again, but we will add some data to it. Cool. Let's say human table. Let's say vehicle table. Say vehicle. In the vehicle table. So I don't want to. I want to remove everything here. Not required. And so when it comes to vehicle, so vehicle has unique ID, right? Vehicle ID, correct? VID, for example. And vehicle ID is what? Vehicle ID should be varchar, correct? Integer, no? Sorry, var character, right? Because vehicle number contains a text and a number. So it should be varchar. And each vehicle number should be primary, right? Like it's a unique constant, right? So it should be unique, correct? So you should say primary key. Got it? And when it comes to the let's say integer in vehicle, what value? Let's say what name we can keep it here. So when it comes to the let's say engines, engine capacity. Engine capacity, for example, integer. Okay, yeah. And varchar. So let's say vehicle name. Let's say brand, right? Brand, correct. So brand should be fine, no? Brand for varchar, right? Hmm. And float. So float, what vehicle price, huh? Yeah, price float. And double. Yeah, I think price should be double only. Uh, wha- what else we can vehicle? Uh, so what else we can keep for double? No, you can use anything. That's okay. It's a sample only, no? Um, let's say uh, no spare parts like number, like insurance, for example, insurance amount, for example. Let's say insurance insurance amount. Let's say double. Got it? Yeah. And next text. So, for example, when it comes to vehicle, let's say vehicle details, right? So we will have it in paragraph. That's okay. Details. Details is text. And when it comes to date, let's say date, we can use many. Yeah, manufacturing date, right? So date. Okay. And let's say manufacturing date and even registration date also, right? We can say this manufacturing date and registration date. For example, yeah, we can use it, right? We can use manufacturing date or registration date. Mm, next one, what else? Uh, time, right? I think, yeah, we can use it. Let's say, yeah, purchased, purchase time, for example, time. Okay. And what is that last one? Date time. Yeah, billing time, billing date, for example, or uh, billing day, right? For example, yeah, we can select date time. It is not highlighted. Maybe it's not happy with that, I guess. It's okay. Hmm. Sure. So what we do is, see, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create a table with all the data types available possible. Okay. Let's try to run it here. Yeah. They're saying double is not available. Uh, instance. Yeah. It's not happy because this data type is not available. Once again, let me. Where is it? Double. Numeric data types begin. Guys, if you see, there are many things. Okay. Double is there, right? So here, okay. The normal sized floating point number. The total number of digits is specified. It's not happy. That's what I'm saying. So double, it handles more decimal points. Mm, Okay, let me ask for double in example, let's see some examples so that we'll get some idea how they're using. This is like float, yeah, that's fine. And when it comes to the float only, right? Yeah. Double are represented by the float data type. Oh, okay. A float data type and efficiently handle numbers with a decimal like 3.5 or 8.5. They provide flexibility by storing a large number of values, including whole numbers and fractions. Yeah, it should, in general, it should take, guys. Okay, so not sure why it is not taking. Um, but yeah, we will park that aside. We will park that aside. How we can do it? So you can do this. What does this mean? You're commenting that out. And oh, also, it's not happy with the date time, right? See, yep. Do you need to use date time? No, not really, right? See, this date type is not. I think yesterday also we had a similar issue, is it? We tried date time and it's not working, is it? Yeah, I guess so. Date time in SQL. Where's the example? Date time is not there. Timestamp is fine. Mhm. And how about date? I think yesterday date alone we have used, right? Not date time, correct? I think date time should be there actually. For yeah, for sure date time should be there. I'm not sure why it is not working in this. We need to escalate, not escalate. We need to understand first of all why it is not working. No, because we are not we're not trying something, right? So we are trying whatever it is available here. Date SQL Server. Okay, in MySQL and SQL Server, I think this is our thing, and date time is there. Yeah, we have used the proper one only. Timestamp. We'll do one thing. We'll drop the table, guys. And once you create some tables, right? It's easy. See, when you do this, for example, um, one second. Let me save this queries. Yeah, when you want to drop, right? It is just that when you go over on the table, let's say, for example, let's say vehicle table, right here. Go here and go on the scripts. And when you're looking on the script, right? Let's say, for example, create script. So how we were working on the real time, right? So generally, we must have created this table very long time ago. Understood? And when we were pushing to, let's say, when you want to create the same script in other, other environments. Let's say currently it is your one mission. Let's say dev environment. In your dev environment, you created this script. Let's say you had your tables, right? And if you want to create the same tables in the other environment, let's say another mission, another computer, right? QA, UAT, and production, for example. In that case, what we do is instead of again rewriting it, what we do is we will come to this particular table. For example, let's say vehicle table is there. I'm okay with vehicle table. Let's say here view data. Got it? The vehicle table is created. Got it? So this is the table information, right? And once you have this table, you can go on the go on the scripts. Let's say create script. So create script, what it does is it would give you the script which would use it for creating this table. Okay, if I just click on this create script, it would give you the script. Did you see this? You have the script you have script already available here. So what we need to do is we just need to copy. See, just copy. That's it. Copy the script, and let's say even if you want to drop it, let's say now that you understood how to you created and your script is available, and by using this, if I copy this data and I can use it now. I can copy this. You got it? Instead of doing anything else, right? This all are not required, and only part is this one. Create whatever we copied until this. Go and export this. Did you see this? It is saying like relation already. Vehicle table is already exist. Vehicle relation to vehicle already exist, and the skipping create table. You got it? Meaning the table is already exist. And if you want to drop it, if you see here itself, you can see a syntax. Did you see this? Drop table if exist public dot vehicle. I just highlighted it, and if I click on this, what did you notice? Though it is in comment line, I simply highlighted it, and it understood that you are running a drop table script. What it does is, see, the table vehicle does not exist because I have already dropped it in the previous click. Yes, did you understood how we were taking? And you can directly see when you are working now by using this script which I copied, I can directly create a table. See, did you see this? By using the script which I had copied from the previous one, by using just one go, I can create it. And if we go and check it, let's say vehicle table should be there. See here, vehicle table should be there. Uh, See, dropping. Just highlight this drop command. So drop space table space if exist. And this is a condition actually. Even if it without this condition also, if you remove this also, it simply drops it. If it's not available, then it is error. Yeah, not dropped. We created. And once the table is getting created, right? Go here, right click, and scripts. So this is the place where you will find all the SQL scripts. Let's say create, fetch, insert, update, delete. Let's say if you want to update this script, let's say meaning if you want to update data, and currently it is a newly created table, so it does not have any data, right? So you cannot update. But if you want to insert, so there is insert script. Insert into vehicle table. Did you see this? It is cleanly giving you, hey, if you want to insert, hey, this is a query. Understood? And this question mark is the place where you have to uh, fill your data or value. You got it? Let's say vehicle ID, for example. So vehicle ID is what we mentioned, varchar, right? Let's say TN12 AL 6204. Okay, for example, that's my previous vehicle number. Just yeah, and engine capacity. For example, engine capacity is float, is it? What's the value of it? Engine capacity. One second. I can find here, right? Integer. Engine capacity, for example, it's an integer. 200 cc, for example. And next one, brand. Brand is, let's say Jeep. And what is the next one? Um, Prices, for example, price, right? It's a float, right? So, for example, let's say 32.45. And next one is details. So details is text, right? That's what we understood, right? Vehicle details fully. Let's say some big text. You can write any data. That's fine. Let me, for example, let me fetch some data. What I'll do is I'll just copy paste some big text, right? For example, if you want to get some big text, copy like this and go back here, paste. Got it? And what are the other details here? After details, manufacturing date. So manufacturing date, it's a date format, right? So I would say date format 2024, for example, 01 and 01. What is the next one? Registration date 2024, 24 02 02, for example. Next, purchase time. So purchase time, let's say uh, hours, let's say 16 minutes and seconds. Got it? And bill day, it is taking all the date, right? Let's say bill date. Oh, okay. Bill day daytime is not there. Okay, I can only keep date alone, right? Sure. Just say let's say bill day is 2. That's it. Yeah. And let me go and insert it. Did you see this? It got inserted because we have only one unique constraint, so it is primary key. You got it? And if I think I'll use it. I'll give it, guys. When you're referring this, right? So make sure yeah. I don't know. So when you're referring, don't see. I've seen from many people, right? What they do is they copy it and directly paste it here, paste it in the PG admin, and simply copy it and execute it. Guys, we already ran it. It is working. In your system also, it should work for sure. Okay. It making sure you understood the concept. You should understand the concept, primary key, unique constraints, right? And all the other data types, how we were being used, how it is being used, right? And based on data, you have to write it down in your own data. Currently, it is this. If you write the same thing, also fine. Or if you try to think of a new value or variable, sorry, field name, that should be also fine. Understood. But make sure you type it down, you write it down, so that you will understand. If you just blindly copy paste and run, and you're okay, hey, this is working, I'm done with my assignment. That is not your assignment, guys. You just ran my script. Okay. So you should write your own data, prepare it, understand the concept, write to your own. Then only your practice session will be completed. Got it? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. So here, right click on this and the table, whatever the table you want to right click. So whatever table you want to fetch, right? On the table, you have to right click to fetch the script for the particular table. Go to the table. For example, let's say here we are in a vehicle table. Route to the go to that table here, right click on there, and you can see a script here. There's a place called scripts. In the scripts, you can this is a create script which would get you the script SQL script for creating this table. And this is like to play with all the CRUD operations, right? So these are the scripts. Mhm. Drop, you will get it in the create itself. Let's say on the create itself, you will have a commented text there. So this is the one. Yeah. So this will be used, and you can simply see once you have all the scripts, right? See, I just dropped it, and if since I am already having the script, right? So my job is very simple. So if I'll just go here, insert it, and whatever I just inserted previously, since I have script, it is one go, it is done, right? You see it? Yeah. So make sure the script should be saved in your machine so that you can easily work around. Yeah, these are very important, guys. And if you, I think since you guys are not practiced much, so I just want to leave here because you have to finish the previous day and today's. Again, we will connect back at 12 o'clock, guys. Okay. So is 4 hours enough for your practice? Yeah, 4 hours is enough, right? I think for everyone because see the data and everything, guys. If you're not doing, then your handout is keep increasing. Okay, your assignments are keep increasing, and again you will be in uncomfortable zone. Don't do it. Okay, if you want like do you think it's a speed? I can slow down little bit, and then I'll catch like you will catch me, right? So what is your thought process? I think you're okay with the speed, right? Because of the festival, we you guys got little slowdown, is it? Got it. No problem. Yeah, that's also there. We should have our festival for sure, right? Yeah. So I think I can give you some time, maybe today, uh, until maybe if not 12 also, I'm okay with 3, right? So by now you should complete all the scripts and whatever the data, whatever the script that you are practicing it, as mentioned, see, you should keep your script in one place and save it. Let's say whenever you're executing, have it in one place and save it. When you save it, the data will be saved. You got it? For example, my case, I saved here. So where it, like you have a confusion that where it got saved, right? No, nothing, right? So if you just mouse over here, it is showing like queries.sql. But while saving itself, I'm very clear that I have created a folder called SQL in a desktop, and here you are seeing all the data. You got it? Even if you want to load it, let's say for example, I close this, and if next time when you want to work on this particular table again, so don't worry. There is something called load actually, load option here. What happened? Once again, yeah. See, if it is disconnected, it will not allow to show, and that's where Did you see it? Previously, it got disconnected. So here, if you click on the once again, you query tool for connection, current connection. Once again, if I go to previous ones, no, I think once again, is it option? The session is idle and there is no current transaction. No problem. See, I think we had a. I think you must have. I think this is since it is getting recorded, it is captured actually. Okay, so the catch here is it is not allowing me to open because the connection got lost. And then what I have done is I just clicked on here. I think I clicked on here or here. I think here I guess, right, which is connected back, uh, and I can directly open the script here. For example, if I open, I can have my all script here. I can directly play here. For example, if I want to insert, since it's like a number is violating the primary key constraint, let's say 605, for example, and this is okay now, right? Yeah. Guys, did you see it? How it is working? Sure. There are a lot of things to discuss, guys. So please message me as soon as you're done, guys. Okay.